Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Sunday session of Divine Femininity United. I am your girl, Dr. Bianca Miss B. Lee, and we are here once again to continue on our journey through The Secret. Oh my goodness, you all. If you have never, ever heard of this book, I don't know what rock you have been under, my love. Where have you been? Because this book has been around for years. I'm talking about pushing 20 years, if not 20, okay? Nearing 20, rather. When I tell you this book is amazing, so far we've only navigated through two chapters, chapter 1 and chapter 2, which is the chapter 1 was The Secret Revealed, and chapter 2 was The Secret Made Simple. And then today we're going to go into chapter 3, which is how to use the secret. If you are a manifester and you are good at alchemy and you are good at, drawing things to you and things like that, and you want to take it up a notch. Because one thing I will say for me, I'm amazing. I'm an amazing manifester for sure. That's why I'm very particular about the things that I say. I'm very particular about what I say. I use my words very carefully because I understand the power that I am and I understand the power that I have. And oftentimes we don't really realize exactly the power that we possess. Because honestly, I pulled up a post last night and just sitting and pondering and talking about this or whatever the case for a while now. And I do this a lot, self-reflection and introspection and things like that, where I pay attention to what it is that I am, what it is that I do. It's like the end of the day reflection on the day, on the things of the day. I actually, I just encourage everybody to do it, honestly, because we may believe that we're, moving in a certain way or at a certain pace or in a certain direction. And we may think that we're doing things, at our best or whatever the case. And there's always, you all, there's always room for improvement. There's always room to better ourselves. There's always room to enlarge and increase and simplify things, or just show up better. There's always room for that. There's always ways to do that. And so for me, every single night I sit and I reflect on the happenings of that day, and I think about it and I say, okay, if I made some choices that I thought were the best choices for that particular matter, then I say, okay, great job. Good job. That was a great choice. Okay. If I know that I may have thought some things or did some things or said some things that may not have been my best choice, then I have to say, okay, well, this is what we're going to do next time, or this is the lesson that I've learned for this particular thing. This is what I've learned. Because every situation, you all, hello, welcome, come on in, everyone. Thank you for coming. I appreciate your energy being here. Thank you for listening in, and feel free to share. Feel free to join in the conversation. I read every single component, every single person's chat message. I give, sound to your voice, even if you don't want to come up or raise your hand, or even because we're airing via Clubhouse as well as YouTube and Facebook. So by any means, feel free to say what you need to say, and I will reiterate it for you. Okay, so, that's why I encourage everyone to reflect at the end of your day, because, there's lessons in all. And if we do not reflect, you all, on the happenings of our lives, then we are susceptible to missing the lesson and having to repeat that situation over again, down the line or whatever the case. We don't want to have to do that when we can just get it, right? Just take the moment to get it, and not put yourself through turmoil and just over and over. And I mean, you know what I'm saying? Don't put yourself through uncomfortable events in your life when you don't have to. Okay. The only time that we should have to go through those things is if we're just bullheaded and refuse to open ourselves up to understanding. But the only thing, I posted this last night on my Facebook. There's only one thing that plagues the human race. Only one. I understand. What do you mean, Ms. B? There's so many issues. You got this and you got that, and you got all of this stuff going on, and racism and poverty and all of the government and da-da-da. We got so many things. Okay, this is true. These are events that are taking place in our lifetime, right? But I'm going to stress you a bit. There's only one thing that is actually plaguing our race, our human race. I don't care what your skin and background is. That's not important. What's important is you're human, okay? The one thing that is plaguing our race is the fact that we do not know who we are. That is the only thing that's plaguing you. I'm going to tell you why. Because if you really truly knew who you were, the power that you possess, the authority that you have, the divinity that you rightfully stand in, okay? Who you currently are, not who you have to aspire to be, not who you have to grow and learn to be. No. Who you are at this very moment, who you've always been. The moment you realize this, the moment you find out how to tap into this within yourself, the moment you'll stop being a victim to every other event that's happening in your life or around you. Period. That's the beginning and the end of that. The moment you understand who you are, when I take in new clients, because I'm a therapist, I'm a doctor, I'm a coach in several areas, I'm a mentor. And when I take in new clients, new mentees, new people, the very first question that I ask them is, do you know who you are? That's the first question I ask them. Do you know who you are? And I wait for them to tell me their version of the answer. Right there determines how much work they'll be needing through me and with me. I need to first see how you see yourself. Because if you don't see yourself how you are, then that's the job that I have with you. To show you. To highlight the you inside of you that you need to see that you're apparently missing. Because the moment you realize who you are, the moment that you see for yourself, it's not for me to see who you are, it's for you to see who you are. Because the moment that your eyes are open to the things of you, to the power of you, to the divinity of you, to the gifts and the possessions of you, then we can do some work. Then you can step into your divinity, your power, your purpose, the reason that you're breathing, your reason for breathing. And you will come to know that it has nothing to do with whose child you are, whose parent you are, whose cousin and bestie you are, who's, how popular you are, how many followers, all of that is a speck of dust in comparison to who you truly are. The moment we realize that, the moment you introduce yourself to you and all that entails you, prior to this realm grabbing a hold of you and telling you who you are instead of showing you how to find out for yourself. Yeah. The moment you do that, every single one of the things that you deemed a problem will no longer be a problem for you. Facts. You will no longer have to ask permission to be who you are. You will simply just be that. You will no longer wait for the approval of other people. You will simply do it. You will no longer look around and have to decide that, I have to go through this. I can't do. I can't. Yeah, none of those words will be a part of your vocabulary ever again, because you finally have zoned in on what it is that you are, who it is that you are, and what you possess. This book that we're reading, actually every book that we read, because the books that I present to you all, they are not by happenstance. This is not just something that, oh, Miss B likes to read. I do. But I'm a big believer in not wasting my time. Okay. So the books that I read, you better understand. I have a coin that I have a term that I've coined and trademarked. It states I'm in purpose, on purpose, 100% of the time. So even in my reading, you better understand it is in my purpose, it is on purpose, and this is how I am 100% of the time. The clothes that I wear is in purpose, on purpose. The conversations that I have is in purpose, on purpose. The lives that I host, in purpose, on purpose. Every single thing, the phone calls that I accept, or the ones that I ignore, they're in purpose, on purpose. The text messages that I receive and that I encounter or interact with, they're in purpose, on purpose. If there are no bearings to my purpose, and I don't give my time or energy to it, because I know the value of my time and my energy. Because I know the value of my time and my energy, because I know who I am. And I know what my presence possesses. Okay? When you know who you are, there are certain conversations and dialects you won't be a part of. There are certain arguments you won't have. There are certain energies you won't expose yourself to. There are certain environments you will not bring yourself into, because you know who you are. Right? Yeah. There are certain debates you will never find me in, ever. Because for what? What is this for? What exactly is this for? Is this conducive for my purpose? Because if not, then what are we doing? We're going to move on to purpose. We're moving on to purpose, all right? And this book, The Secret, is inside and in line with not just my purpose, but yours as well. Okay? Because this book shows us how to get back and how to tap into the power of our thought and how to masterfully manifest. It's showing us our abilities. It's showing us our power. It's reintroducing that ability and that power to us so that we can understand how to use it in a strategic, purposeful way. Because right now, just because you're unfamiliar with the power that you possess don't mean that power is not working. Just because you don't realize, you haven't become aware of the power that you possess does not mean that power has not been working this whole time. Because it has. It definitely has. You can look around your life and determine what part of that power has absolutely been working for you. Look at the circumstances going on in your life. Look at your surroundings. Look at the situations you're in. Oh, you better know that power has been working. What power is this? It is the power of your thought that has created your life. It is the power of your thoughts that has formed into words, that has formed into feelings, that has formed into actions, that has formed into all of that. The secret, this very secret, has been manifesting and operating in your life from the very beginning. And you're sitting in the fruition of it. Period. This book brings us into awareness of this power so that we can utilize our tools in a much better way, resulting in a much better result for ourselves. Okay? Again, just because you don't know that there's power doesn't mean that you don't have it. This right here is a reminder. It is an introduction into the power that you do have. Before we get into that, I would be remiss. I have other businesses, you all. And one of the other businesses that I have is called EMC Cubed, all natural infused decadence, where we do treats and baked goods and confection and candies and all of these things. They're all medically infused for your betterment. It's nature. It's not chemically induced. It's not a Delta 8, Delta 9, whatever the lab, whatever the stuff. It's none of that. It is actual nature that tastes like your grandmama and your mama's cooking. Well, we're having a gathering on October 28th of this year. 28, 27 is it's the weekend of the Halloween before the Halloween holiday this year, and it's going to be fun. It's a costume party, and I want you all to be there. The entire meal is going to be infused. The entire meal, I'm talking about from appetizers to the beverages to everything. It's going to be a good time, and it's a sip and paint, the edible edition, and you are going to love it. If you're in the area where it's happening in the Phoenix City area, Phoenix City, Alabama. If you're in that area, Columbus, Georgia, Macon, Georgia, which Columbus is literally only an hour outside of Atlanta. So you will feel free to make a weekend out of it. Bring your friends and things like that. It's going to be so much fun. Music, contests, dancing, giveaways, a whole 9 yards. Not to mention your painting and a full meal. I'm talking about full meal. I'm talking about entree, protein, sides, cornbread, 2 different types of desserts, beverages, baby. Okay, it's going down. Check it out. Alabama. Feel free to grab your tickets. There is a QR code that was on the screen. You can also go to our social media pages via Facebook or Instagram. That is at EMC, the number 3 Cubed, CUBED. EMC3 CUBED. You definitely don't want to miss it. I'm telling you, it's going down. It's going down. It's going down. Malachi on Facebook said, I won't make it LOL face down, lady. That we will tell you all about it. That's all I'm saying. It's going down. Okay, here we go, you all. Let's get started. We're about to begin The Secret, Chapter 3, How to Use the Secret. Okay? We're going to give a summary of last chapter, which we read on this past Tuesday, part 2, which was The Secret Made Simple. And the things that we learned in that were the law of attraction is a law of nature. It is as impartial as the law of gravity. The next was nothing can come into your experience unless you summon it through persistent thoughts. You're summoning through your thoughts. The whole word spelling. The root word of spelling is spell. You are literally casting over yourself the very things that you draw to yourself. If you're always complaining about your relationships not being good and why he's so this and he always this or she don't never do you know what you're doing? You are summoning, you are conjuring, you are spelling all over yourself. And we got religions that call all of that witchcraft and demonic. Let me tell you something. It's by nature. You are automatically a conjurer. The problem is you don't like the word conjure. That's the problem. You don't like the word spell. You don't like the word incantation, but I'm gonna tell you that's what you're doing. That is exactly what to invoke and to have an incantation. It is literally affirmations and confessions that Christians call confessions. All that stuff. Those are invocations. Those are incantations. All right. When you are conjuring, conjure is when you call forth a spell. That's when you speak things over, and when you say, No weapon formed against me shall prosper, or I bind this, or I loose this, and all of that. That is conjure. The problem is y'all don't like the word conjure. The laying hand of the on the sick and putting the oil on the head. That is conjure. That is hoodoo. That is what that is. Y'all just don't like the words, the terminology, but that's exactly what it is. Okay. So going back to summoning, you're absolutely summoning things to you when you're thinking it, when you're steadily saying it, you're summoning. You are using your magical self. You're so powerful and magical. This is what I'm saying. Just because you're unaware of the power that you possess don't mean that power has not been operating this whole time. Okay? Just because, and I said this before too about the creator, just because you don't understand what all the creations were created for, doesn't mean that that creation has no creative ability. Everything that the creator created was created with a purpose attached to it. Just because you don't know what that purpose is, don't mean it has no purpose. For those of you all who don't understand astrology, just because you're unaware of the power of astrology and the knowledge behind astrology does not mean that it has no power and it has no relevance, because it absolutely does. Just because you are unaware of the planets and what their purpose is and the energy that they give off doesn't mean that they have no power. Everything that the creator created has a purpose attached to it. Or are you telling me that the very God that you worship and serve has created things just because, just for decorations? You convince yourself of that. Because make it make sense to the rest of us. Everything has a reason. Everything has a purpose. Everything. The moment you take the time to discover and become aware of what that purpose is the moment that you will understand all of the creator's creations. But as long as you're blocking yourself off from understanding and becoming aware, you will be absent of that knowledge. Because you're so busy pushing everything away and calling it this, or calling it demonic, or calling it witchcraft, or calling all because somebody told you that's what it is, instead of you studying to show yourself approved. Okay. All right. I'll keep going. Next thing that we learned last week, to know what you're thinking, ask yourself, how are you feeling? Emotions are valuable tools that instantly tell us what we are thinking. Emotions are valuable tools that instantly will tell you what you are thinking about, okay? It is impossible to feel bad and at the same time have good thoughts. It's impossible. You cannot have good thoughts, but your entire your internal self feels bad. There is no disconnect. You are one individual, one entity. Everything connects to the other. There's no one thing that feels one way and then the other feels another way. No, when your thoughts feel a thing, when your thoughts think a thing, it is going to result in your body feeling a thing. Your emotions feeling a thing. If you dwell on those emotions for too long, then those emotions are going to cause your physical body to feel a thing. And your physical body is going to feel in such a way that it's going to cause an action from your body to do a thing in correlation with the thoughts and the feelings and all of those things. It's all in sync, which is why your thoughts become things. That was in chapter 1. Your thoughts become things. Okay? Your thoughts determine your frequency, and your feelings tell you immediately what frequency you are on. When you feel bad, you are on the frequency of drawing more bad things. When you feel good, you are powerfully attracting more good things to you. For sure. Secret shifters. Secret shifters are those pleasant memories, nature, or your favorite music that you can use that'll change your feelings and shift your frequency in an instant. Say, for instance, if you're starting to feel bad about something, or if you're starting to think negatively, or you're panicking, or you're worrying, you're starting to have anxiety, or whatever the case. It's fear, 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 which we should not be dwelling in, right? Fear, 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 fear. If you're starting to feel that, then make sure that you have at the ready some secret shifters, okay? Meaning the very things that you go to right away. If you start to feel bad about something, you start to worry about something, put on your favorite song that'll bring you back to a positive thinking, right? Take you out of that fear. Think of memory. Replay a memory, a pleasant memory in your mind, something that you enjoy. Go out to nature and start looking at flowers and play with your dog, or play with your pets, or play with, you know what I'm saying? Get yourself shifted back into a positive mindset, because the longer you dwell in that negativity, the longer you dwell in that fear, the longer you dwell in that worry, you're summoning that stuff to you. So have some secret shifters that'll help you come out of that thought. The Bible says to cast down every negative thought, every thought that tries to rise above the knowledge of God. Every thought that tries to rise above, every negative thought that you think, you have to immediately cast it down. That's the power that you have, the ability to change your thought instantly. We don't have to sit in negative thinking. You control the temperature. You control that thermostat. You do. So when you start to thinking the negative stuff and worry and anxiety and we're gonna run out and all of this stuff and this bill and all of it, understand you have so much more power over the thing. You just got to know it. You got to know it. Not only do you have to be aware of it, you have to exercise that ability. You got to exercise that ability. I had a doctor in January when I had to do some physical therapy because I have my body is experiencing a sciatica in my lower back. And so I had physical therapy back in January, and the doctor said, your core is weak. Your core is weak, which means my core muscles need to be worked more. Okay. So it's not that my muscles aren't there. Hello. It's just that in order for me to see the benefits of my muscles, I need to strengthen my muscles in my core. Same thing here. It's not that your power is not powerful. You just need to strengthen the muscles because your muscles are weak there. That's what doing this will do. The more you have these thoughts, these negative thoughts that you know that you should not be sitting in, and the more you switch and shift those thoughts, it guarantees to build the strength in that muscle to be able to shift thoughts quickly. Before you know it, just like someone who works out regularly, before you know it, that working up that muscle will come second nature. You won't even have to think about it anymore. You won't have to quickly shift because it'll be reprogrammed in your system to not think this negative thing, right? Work the muscles. And then the last thought of last week, the last secret from the summary is the feeling of love. Get this, you all. The feeling of love is the highest frequency you can emit. The greater the love you feel and emit, the greater the power you are harnessing. Understand that everything that was created by the Creator was created at the level of love and higher. Anything beneath love, the level of love, is not yours to hold and to have. It's not. Love is the highest frequency. Love is the highest frequency. If your frequency is not at the level of love, then what exactly is happening here? Here it is, love. This is the frequency, the frequency here. You have love, you have abundance, you have generosity, you have empowerment, fun, happiness, enthusiasm, confidence, optimism, trust, strength, hope, dedication, motivation, contentment, feelings of peace, calm, neutral, relaxation, feelings of relief, but underneath that, because if you're familiar with the chakra systems, then you know that center, that epicenter, which is the love chakra, the heart chakra, it's the color green. Underneath that, right? Underneath love, there are some things that you got to fight against. That is pessimism, impatience, frustration, irritation, being overwhelmed, anxiety, boredom, doubt, worry, blame, discouragement, difficulties, anger, revenge, greed, lack, hate, rage, jealousy, resentment, guilt, insecurity, depression, stuckness, fear, grief, self-loathing, powerlessness, feelings of unworthiness and shame. Those are things that are not what we should be dwelling on. And if the feelings, if the thoughts that we're thinking are thoughts of all of those things that are below love, and the feelings, the emotional feelings that we are feeling attached to those negative thoughts, that is not, we're not thinking where we should be thinking. It's not a God thought. It's not a God thought. And it shouldn't be coming from a God being, which is you. We got to understand, we got to measure everything through the measurement of love, through the frequency of love. Measure everything through the frequency of love, because the greater the love that you feel and emit, the greater the power that you harness. And if the things that you are feeling is not at the frequency of love, then you immediately need to release it from your being. Change it. All right, here we go. That was last week. We're going into this chapter. It is called How to Use the Secret. You are a creator, and there's an easy process to create using the law of attraction. The greatest teachers and avatars have shared the creative process through their wondrous work in a myriad of forms. Some great teachers created stories to demonstrate how the universe works. The wisdom contained in their stories has been handed down through the centuries and has become legendary. Many people living today do not realize that the essence of these stories is the very truth of life. James Ray states, if you think about Aladdin and his lamp, Aladdin picks up the lamp, dusts it off, and out pops the genie. The genie always says one thing: your wish is my command. The story now goes that there are 3 wishes, but if you trace the story back to its origins, there's absolutely no limit whatsoever to the wishes. Think about that one. Now, let's take this metaphor and apply it to your life. Remember, Aladdin is the one who always asks for what he wants. Then you've got the universe at large, which is the genie. Traditions have called it so many things. Your holy guardian angel, your higher self. We can put any label on it, and you choose the one that works best for you. But every tradition has told us there's something bigger than us. And the genie always says one thing: your wish is my command. This wonderful story demonstrates how your whole life and everything in it has been created by you. The genie has simply answered your very command. The genie is the law of attraction, and it is always present and always listening to everything you think, speak, and act. The genie assumes that everything that you think about, you want. That everything you speak about, you want. that everything you act upon is what you want. You are the master of the universe, and the genie is there to serve you. The genie never questions your commands. You think it, and the genie immediately begins to leverage the universe through people, circumstances, and events to fulfill your wish. The creative process. The creative process used in The Secret, which has taken from the New Testament, it was taken from the New Testament in the Bible, is an easy guideline for you to create what you want in 3 simple steps. Step 1, ask. Lisa Nichols says, the first step is to ask. Make a command to the universe. Let the universe know what you want. The universe responds to your thoughts. Bob Proctor states, what do you really want? Sit down and write it down. Write it out on a piece of paper. Write it in the present tense. You might begin by writing, I am so happy and grateful now that blank, blank, blank. And then explain how you want your life to be in every area. You get to choose what you want, but you must get clear about what you want. Let me say that again. You get to choose what you want, but you must get clear about what you want. This is your work. If you're not clear, then the law of attraction cannot bring you what you want. You will be sending out a mixed frequency, and you can only attract mixed results. For the first time in your life, perhaps, work out what it is you really want. Now that you know you can have, be, or do whatever, do anything, and there is no limits, what do you want? Asking is the first step to the creative process. So make it a habit to ask. If you have to make a choice and you don't know which way to go, ask. You should never be stumped on anything in your life. Just ask. Dr. Joe Vitale says, this is really fun. It's like having the universe as your catalog. You flip through it and say, I'd like to have this experience, and I'd like to have that product, and I'd like to have a person like that. It is you placing your order with the universe. It's really that easy. You do not have to ask over and over again. Let me say that again, okay? Because the universe, God, the source, infinite intelligence, angels, ain't nobody hard of hearing, y'all. Okay? Don't nobody need to be reminded. You done said it already. The only person that need to be reminded probably is you of your own words. Hello? I'm so glad they put this in this book. I am so glad this is put in the book. Hello, Lori. Lori says, I'm here. Love this. Yes. Wonderful. Let me say this again. You do not have to ask over and over again. God is not deaf. Okay? Just ask once. It is exactly like placing an order from a catalog. You only ever order something once. You don't place an order and then doubt the order has been received, and so place the order again, and then again, and then again. Hello, somebody. You order once. It is the same with the creative process. Step 1 is simply your step to get clear about what you want. As you get clear in your mind, you have asked. Okay? Step 2, believe. Lisa Nichols states, Step 2 is believe. Believe that it's already yours. Have what I love to call unwavering faith. Believing is the unseen. You must believe that you have received. Okay. I'm gonna read her portion, and then I'm gonna add in. I'm gonna see her belief, and I'm gonna raise her 1. Okay. You must believe that you have received. You must know, boom, there it is. You must know that what you want is yours the moment you ask it. Okay, so this is Miss B interjecting right now, okay? Because she just literally stated what I was about to say. Now, step 2 being belief, right? And step 2 is belief. There is a difference between believing and knowing, okay? What's the definition can tell us that? There's 2 definitions. There's 2 different meanings to belief and knowledge. Okay, to believe something is to, okay, so you know that there's something that I believe, but it's almost like there's a possibility, right, of it not happening, but a knowing, or it not being true, I should say. Okay, but knowing something is something totally different in and of itself. I know my name is Bianca Brown. That's my maiden name. I know my name is Bianca Venice Brown. I know that I'm a doctor. I know that I have certifications. I know that I have clients. I know that I'm gifted. I know that I'm a manifestor. I know that I'm spiritually inclined. I know that I know I'm a woman. I know I'm the daughter of Joy and Derek. I know that I'm the sister of Shaq, BJ, Donnie, Danielle, Latisa, Chris, Melena, Jonathan. I know that I know. Those are knowings. When you know something, right, you are sure of it. There's no doubt in my mind. But when you believe something, there could be some possible fragments of doubt in that belief. That's why I say, now she came and she stated, she said, believe, you must believe, but then she turned around and said, you must know. That is when you really are really putting some power behind that knowing. That understanding is the knowledge of that understanding, the knowing of that understanding. You must know that what you want is yours the moment you ask. You must have complete and utter faith. Years ago, I replaced the word belief and faith and hope and all of those things. I replaced it with knowing. No. I don't believe, I know. I don't have faith in it, I know. Okay? I don't hope something's going to be, I know it's going to be. I know that it is, That's the changing of the words, because it's a confusion there, and it's subtle, you all. It's very subtle, but it is a confusion there that no. When you know, you know. What's the saying? If you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you know, there's no need for faith. If you know, there's no need for belief. If you know, there's no need for hope. If you know, there's no need to pray something happen. No, if you know, you know. Period. That's unwavering knowing. Okay. So she says, if you had placed an order from a catalog, you would relax. Know you are going to receive what you ordered and get on with your life. Hello, somebody. Because if you ask God of one thing, right? If you ask the universe one thing, and then you come back like, okay, but you have this trust in God, right? You say you trust, you say you know, you say you love, and you're devoted and devoted to this entity. Then why you keep coming back and have to remind? Why you get nervous that it's not gonna happen? Why, when it gets closer to the time of the of the thing that you asked for to come to fruition, why you get shaky and wavery and you start sweating at the brow? See, that's hope. That's belief. That's faith in, and I have faith that it'll happen. Whatever. No. A knowing is when you're set and certain. To know something is when you put that request out there and you walk away knowing that it's done. You shake your hands off, you dust your hands off, and you walk away and you're going on about your business. When I know that I put my shoes in my closet, I'm not going to come back scared and quaking, thinking that I don't know, they might be out of the closet. I don't know. No, I know I put them in the closet, so I know that if I want to wear them again, I know that they're in the closet. And I know that I better be the only one going in that closet to pick up them shoes out of the closet. Hello. It's the knowing. There's a certainty in knowing. There are no certainties in hoping and wishing and all of that. No, man. Come on now. It's the words. Understand. And I'm like I told you at the top of this segment here, I am a stickler about words. I am a stickler about words. When I was in the faith and I was singing, because I'm a former recording artist, so I used to sing, and we sang gospel songs and all of those things. And there was one song, and I will never forget this. There was one song that one of the leaders of one of the former leaders that I used to sing with said that they wanted us to sing a song, learn a song called "Incredible God Deserves Incredible Praise." It's a very popular song, right? Very catchy, all of that stuff, right? And we were learning it because it was popular at that time, right? This was many years ago, okay? Because I haven't sang since 2013. I've done reunions, but I haven't sang since 2013. Like really and professionally behind a band or whatever. But when I tell you, they assigned the song, and I was like, yeah, I'm not singing this song. I'm not singing the song. If you know me, then you know that I'm very, very true to who I am. And if I have a feeling or a thought about something, I'm flat-footed in it. I stand 10 toes down in it, in a decision that I've made, and nothing can sway me on that. Period. Okay. Very much so. I'm very, very focused on decisions that I've made for myself. Now, that particular song, I wasn't gonna sing, because words. If you look up the definition of incredible, right, it literally means not credible, not having credibility, not being trustworthy, right? Why am I singing an incredible God? So what you're saying is God is not worthy of credit. God is not credible. God is not trustworthy. And then you say an incredible God deserves incredible praise. So you're saying a non-trustworthy God deserves your non-trustworthy praise. But we write these songs to be catchy, right? We sing these words because it's catchy and because it's popular, and because, come on now, the stuff that we choose to speak are the very reasons why we're still in circumstances that we're in right now, because we're not thinking and taking it seriously as we should. You are a manifester, whether you realize it or not. This is the problem. This is why we need to, it's very imperative that we know who we are. And when we know who we are, we become familiar with what we possess. Because if you know who you are and know what you possess, then there are certain things that you wouldn't dare allow enter or come out of your mouth and your thoughts and your ear gates and your eye gates. There are certain things you would not be privy to on a television screen. There's certain music that you will never allow your ears to listen to. There are certain conversations that you will not be a part of. There are certain things that you would not put yourself in, if you know who you are and if you understand the power that you possess. Because the moment you put yourself in wrong situations or around wrong conversations or whatever the case, whether you're overhearing the conversation or not, you are developing a thought about the things. That thought will then turn to feelings about the things, and those feelings will turn into actions on your behalf for your life, and it's resulting in fruition and manifestations into your life. You have to understand the power you possess. When you understand who you are, there are so many things that you will not do. Instantly, you will cut off from you. Instantly. And though your vocabulary matters, because every single word, every single thought, it has a frequency and a vibration attached to it. And when you think those things and when you feel those things, you are emitting those things into the atmosphere with your powerful self. And you are summoning those things back to you with your powerful self. When you understand the power that you have, you won't just send your stuff out everywhere just haphazardly. You'll be strategic about what it is that you summon. Okay. Now, Robert Collier made a statement, says, see the things that you want as already yours. Know that they will come to you at need. Then let them come. Don't fret and worry about them. Don't think about your lack of them. Think of them as yours, as belonging to you, as already in your possession. That's a knowing. That's not a hope and a faith and a belief. That's a knowing. That's a difference. In the moment that you ask and know you already have it in the unseen, the entire universe shifts to bring it into the seen. You must act, speak, and think as though you are receiving it now. Why? The universe is a mirror. And the universe of attraction and the law of attraction is mirroring back to you your dominant thoughts. We go towards our most dominant thoughts all the time. So doesn't it make sense that you have to see yourself as receiving it? If your thoughts contain noticing you do not have it yet, you will continue to attract not having it yet. Okay? You must know you have it already. You must know you have received it. You have to emit the feeling and the frequency of having received it to bring those pictures back as your life. When you do that, the law of attraction will powerfully move all circumstances, people, and events for you to receive. When you book a vacation or a brand new car or buy a house, you know those things are yours. You wouldn't go and book another vacation for the same time or purchase another car or house. If you won a lottery or received a large inheritance, even before you physically had the money, you know it is yours. That is the feeling of knowing it is yours. That is the believing. That is the feeling of knowing you have it already. That is the feeling of knowing you have received it. I'm literally changing every belief word in here to knowing, okay? So I'm rewriting your book, Miss Rhonda Byrne. It is what it is. Yeah, we know over here, okay? That is the feeling of knowing you have received. Claim the things you want by feeling and knowing they are yours. When you do that, the law of attraction will powerfully move all circumstances, people, and events for you to receive. How do you get yourself to a point of knowing? Make knowing, okay? So it states here, be like a child and make know. Now they're saying make believe. I'm saying make know. Act as if you have it already. As you make know, you will begin to know you have received. The genie, speaking of the Aladdin story that they talked about, the genie is responding to your predominant thoughts. Okay? All the time. Not just in the moment you ask. That's why after you've asked, you must continue to know. All right? Have a knowing. Your knowing that you have it, that undying knowledge is your greatest power. When you know you are receiving, get ready and watch the magic begin. All right? Okay. Robert Collier also goes on to say, you can have what you want if you know how to form the mold for it in your own thoughts. There is no dream that may not come true if you but learn to use the creative force working through you. The methods that work for you will work for all. The key to power lies in using what you have freely, fully, and thus opening wide your channels for more creative force to flow through. Dr. Joe Vitale states, the universe will start to rearrange itself to make it happen for you. Jack Canfield states, most of us have never allowed ourselves to want what we truly want. Hello, man, I'm about to say that again, okay? Oh my goodness. Why? Because like I stated with the post that I posted last night, most of us don't really fully understand who we are. We don't know who we are. So with Jack Canfield's statement, he says most of us have never allowed ourselves, you've never given yourself permission to want what we truly want because we can't see how it's going to manifest. You understand? You're blocking your desire simply because you don't think that you're capable of having it. You don't think that it's possible. So you stop yourself. You don't need you keep yourself from wanting the things that you truly want. Man, Bob Proctor states, if you do just a little research, it is going to become evident to you that anyone that ever accomplished anything did not know how they were going to do it, period. They only knew they were going to do it. I'm going to read that again. If you do just a little research, it is going to become evident to you that anyone that ever accomplished anything did not know how they were going to do it. They only knew they were going to do it. I am a master manifester. Anything that I put my hand to, you better understand it gets done. Once I begin with a vision and I write that vision, my actions and steps towards that vision brings that thing to fruition. It happens over and over again. I don't care what the current situations may look like. I don't back off of my vision. I tell people all the time, when I say it, it's good as done. I co-hosted at my very first red carpet event back in 2019. How it was going to happen, I didn't know. All I knew is that it was going to happen. I walked through that whole process with a certainty and a confidence, like it is what it is going to happen, guaranteed. I didn't let doubt enter my mind at all. In fact, not only did I not allow doubt to enter my mind, but I enforced, do you hear me? I sent to work all of my angelic forces, all of my spiritual backing and power, because I needed anyone that was not in 100% connection and agreement with what was going to happen. I needed them out of my way. I needed them removed. And bet you, just as name is just as sure as my name is what it is. Those people who were against anything that had anything to do with that event were removed, and they were removed on their own. It was at no sweat of my brow whatsoever. They were exposed and then removed immediately, because I don't play about nothing that I manifest. Period. The things that I manifest are God breathed. You understand? So if you don't see me doing something, it's because if you don't see it in fruition, it's probably because it's working behind the scenes. But everything that I put out there is God breathed. I don't just put any old thing out there. Trust and believe. If you know me, you know. You know. But if you also know me, then you know that whatever I do advertise and I do step towards and I do make motion towards, you better know that it's God breathed, and you better also know it's happening. I don't accept anything less than. It's happening, and it's happening in the vision that I had for it every time. So anyone who attempts to try to deviate me from that, oh, listen, you can try. You can try. I wouldn't advise it. I wouldn't advise it at all. And here's the thing, like I stated earlier, whether you realize the power that you are that's happening within you, whether you realize your ability or the magic that you have, whether you realize it or not, it's still working. It's been working. The difference is, I knew of mine. And once I became familiar of mine, I started to utilize it. And I did not allow other people to deter me from it. That's another thing. See, other people who are unaware of the power that they possess will also try to convince you that you don't have it either. Sorry, not here. Try that over there. You know, those people that say, boy, I mean, you doing all of that. If I was you, well, let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there. You're not me. You're not me. Okay, I'm gonna return that back to you. You're not me. So until you are me, and it's clear that you're not me because you're talking like that. Okay, I don't fool with that type of energy at all. At all. When it comes down to manifesting, I do not play at all. And this is where you need to be. at a space of being immovable. Immovable. There's a vision right now that will begin any minute now. You understand me? Any minute now over here. This vision has been in play for over a year now. Okay, actually 2 years, over 2 years now. And I'm gonna tell you now, y'all been seeing little breadcrumbs of it. I'm telling you now, strap yourself in. It's going down. Okay? Strap yourself in. All right, here we go. Oh, that thing was good. I'm going to reread that. Bob Proctor stated, if you do just a little research, it is going to become evident that that anyone that ever accomplished anything did not know what they were going to do or how they were going to do it. They only knew that they were going to do it. I don't care about the how. The how is none of my business. The what is my business. Okay? So when I know what I'm going to do, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. The what is my business, not the how. Okay? All right. Dr. Joe Vitale states, you don't need to know how it's going to come about. You don't need to know how the universe will rearrange itself. That's not my business. That's not my business. I don't deal in the things of that. Not at all. What I know is that I know what I see. I know what I need to do to ensure that I see in front of me what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. And that's it. That's it. That is it. Okay. Now, how it will happen, how the universe will bring it to you is not your concern or job. Allow the universe to do it for you. When you are trying to work out how it will happen, you are emitting a frequency that contains a lack of faith, that you don't believe you have it already. You think you have to do it, and you do not believe the universe will do it for you. Facts. You too busy looking at your own wallet. Why would I look at my wallet? My wallet ain't got enough to do the stuff that I need to do here. Yeah? So why would I keep reminding myself of my wallet? Okay? It's not my wallet I'm envisioning and using and coming up with plans for. Not at all. All right. My wallet ain't got nothing to do with what I'm supposed to be doing here and the plans that are about to take place. What? Man, if you keep looking at your current circumstances, all right, you're gonna stay exactly right there in those circumstances. Continually. I promise you that. I promise you that. Okay. Here it is. You think you have to do it, and you do not believe the universe will do it for you. The how is not your part in the creative process. It's not your part. Bob Proctor states, you don't know how it will be shown to you. It will attract the way. You will attract the way. You will attract it. Okay. Lisa Nichols states, most of the time when we don't see the things that we've requested, we get frustrated. We get disappointed and we begin to become doubtful. The doubt brings about a feeling of disappointment. Take that doubt and shift it. Recognize that feeling and replace it with a feeling of unwavering knowing. I know that it's on its way. I know that it's here. I do you one better. It's not on the way. It's absolutely right here. It's right here. I don't know that it's on the way. I know that it's already here. Facts. Facts. Ain't nothing on the way to me. Everything is already here in my present day. Okay, period. Step 3 of this seamless process is to receive. And listen, you all, a lot of us have a hard time with this one here. A lot of us have a hard time receiving. For some reason, it is just, I don't know. Some of us love to give and give and give and give and give, but baby, when it comes down to you receiving, it's like, oh no, don't worry about no, it's okay, no, baby. Listen, I don't turn down nothing but my collar. You understand me? Here we go. Step 3, receive. Lisa Nichols states, step 3 and the final step in the process is to receive. Begin to feel wonderful about it. Feel the way you will feel once it arrives. Feel it now. Marcy Shimoff states, and in this process, it's important to feel good, to be happy, because when you're feeling good, you're putting yourself in the frequency of what you want. Michael Bernard Beckwith states, this is a feeling universe. If you just intellectually believe something, but you have no corresponding feeling underneath that belief, you don't necessarily have enough power to manifest what you want in your life. You have to feel it. Ask once, believe or know that you've received it, and all you have to do to receive it is feel good. When you are feeling good, you are on the frequency of receiving. You are on the frequency of all good things coming to you, and you will receive what you have asked for. You wouldn't ask for anything unless it was going to make you feel good in the receiving of it, would you? So get yourself to the feeling good frequency and you will receive it. Get yourself out of doubt and out of worry and out of all of that. Once you've said it once, I'm going to say that for the people in the back, for the people in the pews, for the people in the choir stand, for the people in the pulpit. Once you stated, once you requested, once, okay? Then you know that you received it. Once you've stated it one time, from that moment, know that you have received what you just stated. And then immediately after you knowing it, feel it, see it, be happy about it. Be happy about receiving it. Be excited about it. Matter of fact, do what I did. Because we have a huge development coming up that will begin the fiscal year 24, which begins October, okay? And so it'll begin actually before that. So between September, October is when it will begin, okay? So this has been in play for over a year, right? I know it's been in play for over a year. It got approved at the top of this year. And so from there, what if I would have, What if I would have just sat still and once I knew that it was, okay, cool, that's what's up. Okay, well, I just sit around, I just wait and see, what happens or whatever. I just wait and see what they say. No. Miss B don't wait and see what nobody say. Okay, Miss B does the saying. All right, facts. Call it what you wanna. I am the sayer. That's why I see the things that I say. Hello, somebody. All right. So immediately when I got the approval, the first thing that I did was had blueprints drawn up. Period. For locations that I currently don't have, I physically right now don't have the deeds for. Guess what? I don't care. 2020, I'm going to tell you something. One of the infrastructures that will be purchased by my organization has, I'm going to tell you, y'all, I don't play about this manifesting thing. I am a master manifester. Think it's a game. Okay. That's why I don't really fool with a lot of people. That's why I keep myself to myself a lot, because I don't need nobody's residue of doubt and disbelief, unbelief spewing over here. I'm good on that. Keep that over there. Thank you. Please and thank you. All right. So one of the infrastructures that my organization, that I have my eye on for my organization is right down the street from where I currently am. Okay. I can look out of my office window, which is where I am now, and I can see it 24/7. I can see it at all times. Okay. Unfortunately, at that time, well, it wasn't unfortunately. I'm just going to say at that time in 2020, there were occupants over there, right? But I saw that house and I was like, ooh, that would be awesome if, because that'll be a great place to be able to do assembly and this and the third, to be able to serve people and blah, 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 blah. So I'm thinking about all of those things. And I'm like, okay, that one is the one. That's the one right there. I did a whole, to the point where I even called a realtor. This is in 2020. Now, mind you, at the time in 2020, I think I might have had about 14K in my checking. Okay, about 14K. Nothing to be able to purchase a building from. Okay, with at all. All right, it'll be a good down payment. But after that, what you gonna do, daughter? Okay. That's why I said don't stop looking at stuff through your own wallet. I don't care. Let me tell you something. My wallet can have dust mites in it. Okay. My wallet can have pure dust inside of it. I don't care about my actual physical wallet here. I'm not going off of my wallet here. You understand me? Sure enough, I called the realtor, myself and my baby brother and his then wife. We walked over there to the place. I have a video. I took my tablet with me and I walked through and I did a video of the entire place, inside and outside, entire place. And the moment I walked in and I began to vision this place through this camera, I'm seeing things where I want this. Okay, so I could do that. This is literally how I was saying. I could do this. I can shift that. This floor needs to be redone. Okay, so this is going to be redone. I have to redo this right here. We have to expand this. We're going to build this house out a little bit over here. We're going to do this. Immediately, I went into seeing what will be done in that place, right? 2020. And the occupants and everything. So the occupants ended up shortly after leaving, okay? Just as sure as my name is what it is. When I came home from that, looking at that space, I immediately went into my manifestation process. Immediately, okay? Immediately. Let me tell you something. To this day, from that time in 2020 to this day, that place has yet to be occupied. To this day. To this day. You know why? Because it's going to be purchased by my organization. That's why. When I tell you I don't play about manifesting, I don't play. I do not play. I do not play. All right? I understand the power that I possess. I do. I don't play about it. That building, along with the other building that I've already secured and got the blueprints on and everything, those are going to be, there's going to be a main headquarters, and then that building that I just spoke about will be the annex. Absolutely. Okay. Not only that, we're looking for a third property where we're going to be using as a transitional home for returning citizens. That 3 infrastructures. Beginning fiscal year 24, which is the end of this year, the beginning September, October officially. Oh, it's going down. All of this started with a walkthrough in 2020. We secured the licensing and things like that in 2021. We got approved for the project for the development in the beginning of 2023. We submitted for it 2022. We got approved in 2023, beginning of 2023, and the action is taking place into 2023. I am not playing about nothing that my purpose is attached to. I would advise you not to do the same. Okay? Period. All right? Here we go. Once you ask, okay, you ask once. Ask once. Know that you've received it. And all you have to do is to receive it is to feel good about it. Period. I've already done the decoration. I've already laid out. I've already seen events happening at the location. Trust and believe. I don't come off of it. Okay? As a fast way to get yourself on that frequency is to say, I am receiving now. I am receiving all the good in my life now. I'm receiving this desire now. And feel it. Feel it as though you have it, you've already received it. That's it. A dear friend of mine, Marcy, is one of the greatest manifestors I've ever seen. And she feels everything. She feels what it will feel like to have what she is asking for. She feels everything into existence. She doesn't get caught in how, when, or where. She just feels it, and it then manifests, period. So feel good now, okay? Another one of the reasons why I don't put myself in a lot of different foolishness, all of the other foolishness and whatnot, the gatherings and all of the gossip sessions and all of that stuff. You know why? Because I am aware of the power that I possess in my manifesting, right? I'm aware of it. And if you are privy to some information about other people, and you're hearing this story, you're hearing the stories or whatever, and then you develop a thought, you form a thought about these things, and that thought then emits into the universe something about that person. The power that you possess not only manifests things for your life, but it also manifests for others. And I'm very, very, very particular about what stories I allow myself to hear. Because what I don't want to do is develop a thought about it, a personal, biased thought about it, and then emit that thing into the universe, and I draw something to me and to them. I'm good. You can ask anybody, family or friend. You can ask anybody that calls my phone about any type of drama, and they will tell you, "Oh no, she gonna cut us off," and will. "Oh no, she gonna say she don't want to hear it," and will. I most certainly will. Because number one, it's not my business. That's number one. Okay. Number two, don't pull me in nothing. Baby, I am a Libra, honey. We don't do the whole drama confrontation stuff. Nope. The answer is N and O. Keep your drama over there. Okay. And then number three, because I know that if I were to put my words or thoughts on anything pertaining to somebody else, I know that I am a master manifester, and I know that what I can think, I can bring to pass. And what I'm not going to do is think anything negative about somebody else. And when I know that it can draw to them and to me, when this ain't had nothing to do with me. Okay. Again, all you got to do is say it once. All you got to do is think it once. And if you do not come back to counter that thing with something positive instead, then what you just emitted is what's going to draw to you. Again, like I stated earlier, y'all, just because you are not aware of the power that you possess don't mean that that power ain't been at work. Hello. All right. All right. Here we go. Bob Proctor stated, when you turn that fantasy into a fact, you're in the position to build bigger and bigger fantasies. And that, my friend, is the creative process. Matthew 21:22 states, whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing ye shall receive. Okay. Mark 11:24 states, what things soever ye desire when ye pray, believe that you receive them and ye shall have them. Hello. That's in some of y'all's Bible. Right. This is something that you all hear every week in your gatherings and church houses. But unfortunately, you all are some of the main ones that struggle with actually getting this thing right. You go and be reminded literally every week. And for some reason, it stumps you every time. You got to be reminded, which is also inside of those gatherings. You're having to confess it over and over and over and repeat it over and over and ask for it over and over and over and over and over and over, as if God is hard of hearing. Your problem is not the fact that God needs to hear your request over and over again. Your problem is the fact that you need to stand firm on your original request and don't move. That's your problem. Your problem is your thoughts need discipline. That's your problem. Okay? That's what it is. Bob Doyle states, the law of attraction, the study and practice of the law of attraction is just figuring out what will help you generate the feelings of having it now. Go test drive that car. Go shop for that home. Get in the house. Do whatever you have to do to generate the feelings of having it now. And remember them. Remember them. Whatever you can do to achieve that will help you to literally attract it. Do it. Do it. Stop looking at what you got in your account. Quit looking at that account don't serve nothing you got going on, and you know it. Stop worrying about that cabinet. That's just it. That's a moment, okay? And in another moment, that thing could be completely different if you draw it to yourself. You too busy looking at the things that are seen. It's the things that are not seen that you are drawing to you. Come on now. Come on now. That's what you need to do. Okay. Let me see. Bob Dole states, he said, no, when you feel as though you have it now, and the feeling is so real that it is like you have it already. You are believing, you are knowing that you have received and you will receive. Okay. He then states, Bob Doyle then states, it could be you wake up and it's just there. It's manifested. Or you might get inspired. You might get some inspired idea of some action to take. You certainly shouldn't be saying, well, I could do it this way, but man, I would hate that. You're not on the right track if that's the case. No, you're not. You're confused. Action will sometimes be required, but if you're really doing it in line with what the universe is trying to bring to you, it's going to feel joyous. Yes, it is. I had a good time drawing up those blueprints. Good time, to the point where I created the blueprints, the original blueprints, and then as of about 4 weeks ago, I said, you know what? Let me go back and revisit them because I do want to do it a little differently. I want the build out to be a little differently. That'll be a little more easy for the visitors to come. I need to make it wheelchair accessible, which the first blueprint was not wheelchair accessible for people to come in and just wheel up to the door. I need to make it wheelchair accessible. And I said, okay, so we need to eliminate stairs. Because the first blueprint had stairs. Matter of fact, it had 3 levels. I need to eliminate stairs. So to make it easier, because we're in service up to the people. It's not about what we would want in our place. No, we need to make it accessible to everybody. So we're removing any obstacles, any difficulties whatsoever. So we got to eliminate stairs. No problem. Let me go back to designer. I enjoy it. Let me tell you something. I used to, one of my jobs from in my past, careers or whatever, was property management, interior design, build out, construction, all of that stuff. Oh, honey. Yes, ma'am. I live for it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So this right here, right up my alley. So when I'm designing something, I'm literally envisioning it. And I'm envisioning myself standing in the spaces, and that's what helps me to say whether I want to put a counter here or if I want the sink to be there, because I'm standing in my mind. I'm standing in the facility. I'm standing in the place. And I'm turning around, I'm spinning around in the place, and I'm seeing what would be convenient for me if I were standing in there. Okay, so I need this much space between the counter or the island and the counter. I need this much space to turn around in. I need to be able to walk over here about these many feet. I need over here to have this storage over here. I need a window because I would like natural light to come through. I need on the floor. Let me see, what am I standing on? I'm looking down, envisioning what I'm standing on. Am I standing on a light wood floor? Am I standing on a dark wood floor? What am I standing on? Let me see what would look best, because I want light to be in. I don't want it to be dark. I want light. I am literally standing in the place in my mind. I'm moving about in the place in my mind. It's almost like a game of Sims. But you are actually in the simulation and you're seeing, okay, where am I going to put this? This is how you need to envision the things. This is how. Okay? This is how. Action is a word that can imply work to some people, but inspired action will not feel like work at all. The difference between inspired action and action is this. Inspired action is when you are acting to receive. If you are in action to try and make it happen, you have flipped backward. Absolutely. Inspired action is effortless and it feels wonderful because you are on the frequency of receiving. Imagine life as a fast moving river. When you are acting to make something happen, it will feel as if you are going against the current on the river. It will feel hard and like a struggle. When you are acting to receive from the universe, you will feel as if you are flowing with the current of the river. It will feel effortless. That is the feeling of inspired action and of being in the flow of the universe and life. Absolutely. Sometimes you will not even be aware you used action until after you received it because the acting felt so good. You will then look back and see the wonder and matrix of how the universe carried you to what you wanted and also brought what you wanted to you. Dr. Joe Vitale stated, the universe likes speed. Don't delay. Don't second guess. Don't doubt. When the opportunity is there, when the impulse is there, when the intuitive nudge from within is there, act. That's your job. And that's all you have to do. Trust your instincts. It's the universe inspiring you. It's the universe communicating with you on the receiving frequency. If you have an intuitive or instinctive feeling, follow it. And you will find that the universe is magnetically moving to you to receive what you asked for. Bob Proctor states, you will attract everything that you require. You will attract everything that you require. If it's money you need, you will attract it. If it's people you need, you will attract it. If it's a certain book you need, you'll attract it. You've got to pay attention to what you're attracted to, because as you hold images of what you want, you're going to be attracted to things that they're going to be attracted to you. But it literally moves into physical reality with and through you. And it does that by law. Remember that you are a magnet, attracting everything to you. When you have gotten clear in your mind about what you want, you have become a magnet to draw those things to you. And those things you want are magnetized to you in return. The more you practice and begin to see the law of attraction bringing things to you, the greater the magnet you will become. Because you will add the power of faith, knowing, and in faith, belief, and knowing. I just eliminate faith and belief and I go straight to knowing. All right. Remember that. So we just finished that. Bernard Beckwith states, you can start with nothing, and out of nothing and out of no way, a way will be made. Period. That's why I said, stop looking at your bank account. Quit doing that. Stop looking at that cabinet. Stop doing that, y'all. Quit looking at quit doing that. Because if you're manifesting something bigger and larger and all of that stuff, then you will become discouraged if you keep looking at what you currently have in your possession. It's not about what you have in your possession right now. It's in your physical possession. What you need to be focused on is what you have in your heart, what you have in your mind, what you have in your feeling. What are you feeling that you have? Because let me tell you something. This is why it's imperative to live in the moment. This is why it's imperative to live for right now, in the moment. Why? Because if I'm so focused on what I don't know, because next week, that bill due next week, and or the kids, they got that thing due next on Tuesday, and you too busy in the future. You listen. Every single day is going to bring its own solutions, its own things. What do you have today? Today, are your family sheltered? Today, do you have air? Do you have heat, water, clothes, soap, tissue, food, drinks? Today, are you happy? Today, are you safe? Today, are you feeling love? Today, are you loving? Today. In this moment, what's happening today? When we focus on the fulfillment of right now, this very second, if you are fulfilled right now, then why are you allowing next week's problems to interfere with your moment right now? Why are you allowing an obligation on next year or next month or tomorrow to snatch you from your joy today? Today is where you are. There is no guarantee about tomorrow. Today, though, in this moment, though, you're right here. Be right here. And while you're right here, and you want to manifest, hello, since you're so worried about next week and next year, then let's go ahead and project some stuff. Let's go ahead and see yourself in a better position. See yourself with more money. See yourself with more love and more and happiness. See yourself around your children. See yourself with a new job. See yourself. See yourself. See it. Think it. Feel it. And be joyous about the envision that you see. But the very thing that you're doing, which is the opposite, because you are already doing this manifesting, you just don't realize it, because you're doing the opposite with your stress and worry. You see yourself not having enough. You see your bills and your utilities being cut off. You see yourself only having a little bit of food, and therefore you keep manifesting that same story over and over again. All this is a matter of changing what you see so that you can see what you saw. Okay? Period. Michael Bedford, he says, all you require is you and your ability to think things into being. Everything that has been invented and created throughout the history of humankind began with one thought. From that one thought, a way was made, and it manifested from the invisible into the visible, period. Jack Canfield stated, think of a car driving through the night. The headlights only go 100 to 200 feet forward, and you can make it all the way from California to New York driving through the dark, because all you have to see is the next 200 feet. And that's how life tends to unfold before us. If we just trust that the next 200 feet will unfold after that, and the next 200 feet will unfold after that, your life will keep unfolding. All you got to do is keep going. Okay. And it will eventually get you to the destination of whatever it is you truly want, because you want it. That's a fact. Trust the universe. Trust and believe and have faith. I truly had no idea how I was going to bring the knowledge of The Secret onto the movie screen. I just held to the outcome of the vision. I saw the outcome clearly in my mind. I felt it with all my heart, all my might, and everything that we needed to create The Secret came to us. Facts. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. states, take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. Period. If you keep going, you keep going, you'll see it. Other things like the analogy with the car. Your headlights only projects light 200 feet in front of you. And then after you reach that 200 feet, it's going to unfold another 200 feet. All you got to do is keep going. Keep going. Trusting, knowing, loving, and allowing. Keep going. Okay. The secret and your body. Here we go. The secret and your body. Let's look at using the creative process for those who feel they are overweight and who want to lose weight. Come on here. Come on, thickums. Come on, thickums. Come on, sit down. Come on, sit down. We pulling up to your bumper, baby. Let's do it. Come on here. The first thing to know is that if you focus on losing weight, you will attract back having to lose more weight. So get having to lose weight out of your mind. Come on here. It's the very reason why diets don't work, because you are so focused on losing weight. You must attract back continually having to lose weight, right? The second thing to know is that the condition of being overweight was created through your thoughts too. To put it into most basic terms, here we go. If someone is overweight, it came from thinking fat thoughts of being fat. Come on here. If you accept any of those conditions as applicable to you and you believe it, it must become your experience, and you will continue to attract being overweight. After I had my 2 daughters, I was overweight. And I know it came from listening to and reading the messages that it is hard to lose weight after having a baby, and even harder after the second baby. I summoned exactly that to me and those fat thoughts, and it became my experience. I really beefed up And the more I noticed how I had beefed up, the more beefing up I attracted. With a small frame, I became a hefty 143 pounds, all because I was thinking fat thoughts. Now she has a small frame, so 143 in her frame would be considered obese to her, okay? The most common thought that people hold, and I held it too, is that food was responsible for my weight gain. That is a belief that does not serve you. And in my mind now, it is complete, what did she say, balderdash. Food is not responsible for putting on weight. It is your thought that food is responsible for putting on weight that actually has food put on weight. Remember, thoughts are primary causes of everything, and the rest is effects from those thoughts. Think perfect thoughts, and the results must be perfect weight. Okay? Let go of all those limiting thoughts. Food cannot cause you to put on weight unless you think it can. The definition of the perfect weight is the weight that feels good for you. Let me say that again, because society will have you think otherwise, okay? The definition of the perfect weight is the weight that feels good for you. No one else's opinion counts. It is the weight that feels good for you, okay? You must most likely know of someone who is thin and eats like a horse, and they proudly declare, I can eat whatever I want, and I am always the perfect weight. And so the genie of the universe says, your wish is my command, period. And I know several people that man, listen, okay? To attract those are the people that you ask, where is it going? Where is it all going? So she goes on to say, to attract your perfect weight and body using the creative process, follow these steps. You already know the steps are ask, believe, which we changed to know, and receive. So here we go. Step 1, ask. Get clear on the weight you want to be. Have a picture in your mind of what you will look like when you have become that perfect weight. Get pictures of yourself at your perfect weight, if you have them, and look at them often. If not, get pictures of the body you would like to have and look at those often. Absolutely. Step 2, believe. You must, I say no. I'm going to change it to no. Step 2 is knowing. You must know that you will receive and that the perfect weight is yours already. You must imagine, pretend, act as if, and instead of make believe, make know that the perfect weight is yours. You must see yourself as receiving that perfect weight. Write out your perfect weight and place it over the readout of your scale. Or don't weigh yourself at all, which, yeah, I'm anti-scale. I can't stand those things. Not at all, okay? So, yes, it says, or don't weigh yourself at all. Do not contradict what you have asked for with your thoughts, words, or actions. Don't buy clothes at your current weight. Have faith and focus on the clothes you are going to buy. Attracting the perfect weight is the same as placing an order with the catalog of the universe. You look through the catalog, choose the perfect weight, place your order, and then it is delivered to you. Make it your intention to look for, admire, and inwardly praise people with your idea of perfect weight bodies. Seek them out. And as you admire them and feel the feelings of that, you are summoning it to you. If you see people who are overweight, do not observe them, but immediately switch your mind to the picture of you in your perfect body and feel that instead. Feel that. Now, if you're happy where you are, then by all means, honey, feel joy in that. Matter of fact, you should feel joy in where you are anyway, regardless. Okay? Regardless. Okay? Miss Lori on Facebook says, ouch, ouch, and more ouch. So true. It's not ouch. Feel it. Feel it, feel it, feel it. Change how you see it. Change how you do it. And see it and do it differently. Okay? The step 3, here it is, to receive. You must feel good. You must feel good about you. This is important because you cannot attract your perfect weight if you feel bad about your body right now. Period. If you feel bad about your body, That is a powerful feeling. And you will continue to attract feeling bad about your body. You will never change your body if you are critical of it and find fault with it. And in fact, you will attract more weight to you. Praise and bless every square inch of your body. Think about all the perfect things about you. As you think perfect thoughts, as you feel good about you, you are on the frequency of your perfect weight and you are summoning perfection. Whatever your definition of that is. Absolutely. I will say I had to get myself to this space. That's why, number one, listen. Love and emitting love is the most powerful frequency that you can emit into the universe. Love. I know some people, they come against this, but I don't care what I'm about to say. It is imperative for you to love yourself first before you can love anybody else. You must love yourself first. You must understand, in order for you to love like immensely love yourself, you must be able to do this. Because if you don't, then how you feel about you will be projected onto other people, other places, other things. In fact, you won't be authentic in the love that you give to everything else at all. Regardless of what size you are, love you now. Love you right now. Whatever you are, wherever you are right now, love you right now, because this is where you are right now. Regardless of your outer body, understand that your outer body is literally just your body. It's just a uniform. Who you are is on the inside of that. Your weight does not determine you. Period. Love you now, like it states here. Love every single thing that you love, that you like about you. Write down all the things that you love about you. Praise those things. Okay? Bless every single square inch of your body. Think about all the perfect things about you. Period. Feel good about those things about you. Wallace Wattles shares a wonderful tip about eating in one of his books. He recommends that when you eat, make sure you are entirely focused on the experience of chewing the food. Keep your mind present and experience the sensation of eating food, and do not allow your mind to drift to other things. Be present in your body and enjoy all the sensations of chewing the food in your mouth and swallowing it. Try it the next time you are eating. Listen, enjoy every single bite. When you are completely present as you eat, the flavor of the food is so intense and magnificent. When you let your mind drift, the flavor virtually disappears. It's true. It's true. I mean, man, because I love all things culinary. I love it. That's where you talk about type of conjure. That's definitely where I do my best work. Okay, in the kitchen. All right. Like my ancestors taught me, in the kitchen. When I tell you, when you are inside, when you're eating a meal and it's everything, it's delicious, allow yourself to be present. This is why, like on vacations and stuff like that, y'all are missing monumental moments because y'all so busy with these phones. So busy with these phones. You're so busy trying to show and tell instead of just being present. Because when you are present, when you're present, then you can absolutely emit the energy from the present that you need to emit while you're eating this good food. Embrace, I'm talking about close your eyes and taste all the flavors and all of the things. If it's spicy, allow your tongue and your buds to feel the spice and all of the stuff. If it's nice and cool and icy, then allow yourself to feel the coolness and the iciness of it all. You understand what I'm saying? Be in the moment. Because as soon as your mind drifts somewhere else, it robs you of that moment. It robs you. He says, I'm convinced that if we can eat our food in the present, entirely focus on the pleasurable experiences of eating, the food is assimilated into our bodies perfectly. It's so true. And the result in our bodies must be perfection. It's a fact. The end of the story about my own weight is that I now maintain my perfect weight of 116 pounds, and I can eat whatever I want. So focus on your perfect weight, okay? My perfect weight, Miss B's perfect weight, I would say would be like 150. 150. Because I'm tall for my size, I guess, for my, I don't know. I'm 5'7", 5'8". On a good day, depending on what day it is. Okay, 5'7", 5'8". And I do have curves. I got many curves, and I'm happy about my curves, honey. Trust. Okay, I have the curves. I have the shape, bada bing, bada boom, bada bang, And so with me at 150, I would even say 160. I wouldn't even trip about 160, to be honest. For real. Okay. Okay, so let me say this. But I would say between 160 and these dogs are having a field day. You hear me? And they having it right outside my office door. But I would say anywhere from 160 till about 180. Let me say that. She dumped like a truck at 180, baby. Okay, I'm hurting feelings around here at 180. Dumped like a truck. But yes, ma'am. Hey, man. So that would be my ideal range. Okay. Now I don't get into the specifics. I'm not putting the exact number out there, not at all, because that's way too much pressure on folks. You know what I'm saying? So I would say between 160 and 180 would be my perfect. Okay, with all of the bim bam booms on me. Oh please, y'all ain't gonna be able to take no more than that. Y'all can't take no better than that. Cause I'm spinning heads. I'm gonna tell you now. Y'all gonna be catching. Y'all gonna be having. Y'all gonna have to have keep Kleenex on you because you're gonna be catching saliva. You'll be catching saliva. All right. Okay, so now let me move on. I had a moment of vanity. Okay, a moment of vanity. All right. The next section. How long does it take? How long does it take? How long does it take? Because impatience is some of our downfalls. How long does it take? Dr. Joe Vitale states, another thing people wonder about is how long will it take to manifest the car, the relationship, the money? I don't have any rule book that says it's going to take 30 minutes or 3 days or 30 days. It's more a matter of you being in alignment with the universe itself. Time is just an illusion. Understand that. Time is just an illusion. Einstein told us that. If this is the first time you have heard it, you may find it a hard concept to get your head around because you see everything happening, one thing after the other. What quantum physicists and Einstein tells us is that everything is happening simultaneously. If you can understand that there is no time and accept that concept, then you will see that whatever you want in the future already exists. Period. That's why I never say something is coming to me or it's on its way. No, I say it's already here. I eliminate the whole ing process. No, it's here. It's here. All right. And that's bringing your future into your now. All right. If everything is happening at the one time, then the parallel versions of you with what you want already exists. Facts. It takes no time for the universe to manifest what you want. Any time delay you experience is due to your delay in getting to the place of believing, knowing, and feeling that you already have it. Understand this. I'm going to say that again. It takes no time for the universe to manifest what you want. Any time delay you experience is due to your delay in getting to the place of believing, knowing, and feeling that you already have it. It is you getting yourself on the frequency of what you want. When you are on that frequency, then what you want will appear. Period. Period. You want to know why it's taking so long? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself that. What thoughts of doubt have you thought? What feelings of not enough have you felt? What feelings of anxiety and frustration and worry and stuff have you put out there to negate the original request that you put out there? You want to ask yourself, how long is it going to take? Ask yourself. Okay. Bob Doyle says, size is nothing to the universe. It is no more difficult to attract on a scientific level, something that we consider huge to something that we consider infinitely. This is a word here. Oh my goodness. And I ain't infinitesimal. Child. It's INFINITESIMALLY. That's a big one there. So infinitely small. Consider small. Okay. The universe does everything with zero effort. Okay. The grass doesn't strain to grow. It's effortless. It's just this great idea. It's all about what's going on in your mind. It's about what we put in place, saying, this is big, it's going to take some time, and this is small, I'll give it an hour. Those are our rules that we define. Come on here. Those are our rules that we define. There are no rules according to the universe. You provide the feelings of having it now, it will respond, whatever it is. Listen, I understand goal setting. I get it. I understand, plans. I get it. Right? I get it. What's the saying? Because if you plan to fail, you fail to plan. Okay. You got to know what you want and what you're headed for. I get it. However, what I don't like to do is to put timelines on stuff. Because when you do that, if you say, I'm manifesting this job by this date, or on this date, or in this month, or next year my car gonna come. No, see what you're doing is you're putting timelines on things, assuming that God or the universe or infinite intelligence, the I am, the all, the source, cannot provide it to you right now. Like you call yourself doing the universe a favor. When this very universe created all mankind, all the planets, all the galaxies, because we literally, us and our planets that we are privy to are literally in only one galaxy. And there are billions of galaxies. You didn't tell me that you think you looking out for or being fair to, just giving a little time, to the universe who created all things, big and small. And here's the thing too about the creations, the creator's creations. They keep on giving. They are the gifts that keep on giving. Every year, the trees that were created produce new leaves. God ain't bit more yet said, oh, here we go. Y'all put it on the calendar. Remember, round about spring, we got to create some more trees. We got to bring some more leaves, y'all. Put it on the calendar. Don't forget. Springtime, new leaves. Y'all, don't forget. Put it on the calendar. Round fall, we got to start the process of the leaves falling. No, no, that is not how that works. God's creations are the creations that keep on creating. Period. The creations that you are creating and manifesting are also the manifestations the creations that keep on creating. All right. You were embedded with the same kind of creative power, manifesting power. Who said you need a head start? Who said, well, I'm just going to, just get him time to look it over? Who you giving time to look over? What you waiting on? Okay. There is no time for the universe, and there is no small size for the universe. It is as easy to manifest $1 as it is to manifest $1 million. It is the same process. And the only reason why one may come faster and the others may take longer is because you thought $1 million was a lot of money, and that $1 was not very much. Okay. Bob Doyle stated, some people have an easier time with little things. And so we sometimes start with something small, like a cup of coffee, or make it your intention to attract a cup of coffee today. Bob Proctor stated, hold an image of talking to an old friend that you haven't seen for a long time. Somehow or something, somebody's going to start talking to you about that person. Facts. It happens all the time. That person is going to phone you, or you'll get a letter from them. Starting with something small is an easy way to experience the law of attraction with your own eyes. Let me share a story with you of a young man who did exactly that. He watched The Secret, and he decided to start with something small. He created a picture of a feather in his mind, and he made sure this feather was unique. He created particular markings on the feather so he would know without a doubt that if he saw this feather, it had come from him through his intentional use of the law of attraction. 2 days later, he was about to walk into a high-rise building on a street in New York City. He said he did not know why, but he just happened to look down. He said he did not know why. He looked down there at his feet. At the entrance to the high-rise building in New York City was the feather. Not just any feather, but the exact feather he had imagined. It was identical to the picture he had created in his mind, with all of its unique markings. In that moment, he knew without a shred of a doubt that this was the law of attraction working in all its glory. He realized his amazing ability and power to attract something to himself through the power of his mind. With total faith, I'm saying with total knowing, he has now moved into greater, much bigger things. You better know it, okay? David Shermer, he's an investment trainer, teacher, and wealth specialist, states, people are amazed at how I line up parking spaces. I've done this right from when I first understood The Secret. I would visualize a parking space exactly where I wanted it. And 95% of the time, it would be there for me, and I would just pull straight in. 5% of the time, I've had to wait just a minute or two, and the person will pull out, and I'd pull in. I do that all the time. Facts. Same here. All the time. Who's circling around the parking lot? Not I, said the cat. Not I. Listen, it's something like that. Okay. Now you might understand why a person who says, I always get parking spaces, get them. Yes. Or why a person who says, I am really lucky, I win things all the time. Yes, wins one thing after another all the time. These people expect it. Okay, begin to expect great things. And as you do, you will create your life in advance. Next section says, create your day in advance. Create your day in advance. All right. Now, you can use the law of attraction to create your whole life in advance. Right now to the next thing you are doing today. Prentice Mulford states, who is a teacher whose writings share so many insights into the law of attraction and how to use it, demonstrates how important it is to think your day in advance. Cindy Trim, she says, command your day. She wrote a book called Command Your Morning. Command Your Morning. Okay. But Prentice Mulford stated this. When you say to yourself, I'm going to have a pleasant visit or a pleasant journey, You're literally sending elements and forces ahead of your body that will arrange things to make your visit or journey pleasant. When before the visit or the journey or the shopping trip, you are in a bad humor or fearful or apprehensive of something unpleasant, you are sending unseen agencies ahead of you, which will make some kind of unpleasantness. Our thoughts, or in other words, our state of mind, is ever at work fixing up things, good or bad, in advance. Okay. Prentice Mulford wrote those words in the 1870s. What a pioneer. You can see clearly how important it is to think in advance every event in every day. You will no doubt have experienced the opposite of thinking your day in advance. And one of the repercussions of that is having to rush and hurry, right? If you are rushing or hurrying, know that those thoughts and actions are based in fear of being late, or you are fixing up bad things ahead of you. As you continue to rush, you will attract one bad thing after another into your path. In addition to that, the law of attraction is fixing up more future circumstances that will cause you to rush and hurry. You must stop and move yourself off that frequency. Take a few moments and shift yourself if you don't want to summon bad things to you. Many people, particularly in Western society, chase time and complain that they don't have enough time. Well, as someone says that they don't have enough time, so it must be by law of attraction. If you have been chasing your tail with thoughts of not having enough time, from now on declare emphatically, I have more than enough time, and change your life. Matter of fact, not only do I have more than enough time, I have all the time in the world. I tell time what to do. I don't bend to time. Time bends to me. Period. Okay? That's Miss B. That was a Miss B interjection right there. That's how I live my life. I don't bend to time. Time bends to me. I tell time what to do. I have all the time in my hands. Time is at my control. Period. Okay. You can also turn waiting into a powerful time to create your future life. Next time you're in a situation where you are waiting, seize that time and imagine having all the things you want. You can do this anywhere, anytime. Turn your life situation into a positive one. I will say this. If you're going to be waiting, if you're in a time of waiting, to me, that waiting time is my prep time, right? That waiting time is my prep time means if I am preparing, if I'm manifesting groceries, let me say something like that, groceries, like a load of groceries filled in my freezer, refrigerator, cabinet, stuff like that. Then while I'm waiting on the manifestation of groceries to appear, then that waiting time is me cleaning out my refrigerator, emptying out old, outdated food and cans and boxes and bottles and condiments and stuff. Washing up all the dishes, pots, pans, getting all of the stuff out of there, outdated things that's been in the freezer for months and months and months, take all of that out. That is what I'm doing in my waiting time, because even in my waiting, it's still in alignment with the manifestation of what I'm bringing to me, what I'm attracting to me. So I am preparing the way for the manifestation to come and to have a place to be put when it does come. That's what I do in my waiting. Okay. So that is still me envisioning. Okay. So we're going to have a lot of fruit and a lot of vegetables. Let me clear out these vegetable trays. Let me clear out these fruit trays. Let me clean out these shelves. Let me wash this down. Let me do this in the third, because we're going to have this, we're going to have that. We have to make room for this. Let me clear this freezer, these shelves off. Let me remove some of these things out of this freezer. This is outdated. We've had this, over a month or whatever. Okay, so let me bring this out. Let me wash this. That's what I do in my waiting, which is still in alignment with what I'm manifesting. Okay. Here's the secret summaries. This is what we've gone over today. Today was good. My goodness, man. Okay. Secret summaries of today. Like Aladdin's genie, the law of attraction grants our every command. The creative process helps you create what you want in 3 simple steps. Ask, believe, I say no, KNOW, and receive. Asking the universe for what you want is your opportunity to get clear about what you want. As you get clear in your mind, you have asked. Believing involves acting, speaking, and thinking as though you already have what you've asked for. When you emit the frequency of having received it, the law of attraction moves people, events, and circumstances for you to receive it. Receiving involves feeling the way you will feel once your desire has manifested. Feeling good now puts you on the frequency of what you want. To lose weight, don't focus on losing weight. Instead, focus on your perfect weight. Feel the feelings of your perfect weight, and you will summon it to you. It takes no time for the universe to manifest what you want. It is as easy to manifest $1 as it is to manifest $1 million. Starting with something small, like a cup of coffee or parking spaces, is an easy way to experience the law of attraction in action. Powerfully intend to attract something small. As you experience the power you have to attract, you will move on to creating much bigger things. Create your day in advance by thinking the way you want it to go, and you will create your life intentionally. That is so good, you all. That is the end of that. The next chapter is powerful processes. And that is the chapter that we're going to be working through on next week. Man, oh man, oh man. That was good, y'all. Listen, you all, if you have not gotten this book, okay, you need to get this book. Even after we finish reading this book, we are going on to other books written by Rhonda Byrne. Okay, let's go to it. I'm gonna go to the other books right here. Okay, so after this book, we'll be reading The Secret, The Magic. Okay, after this book, we'll be reading The Secret, The Magic. Okay, this is gonna be awesome. All right, after that, we're going to The Greatest Secret. That's Rhonda Byrne book as well. It's still within the series of The Secret. After that, we go into The Hero. Okay. It is also part of The Secret series. Oh, listen. Oh, it's happening. After that, we go to The Power. Secret, The Power. Okay. Y'all, it's going down. It's going down. All right. So we're doing some major work. We have to do this. We got to do the major work, y'all. We got to do the major work. The reason that we got to do the major work is because it is time for us to really live the lives that we desire to live. It's time for us to really do the things that we desire to do. It's time for us to be what we desire to be, right? To start speaking how we desire to speak, to see ourselves in the way that we desire to be seen. Seriously. The only time that you're going to do this, though, is when you understand who you are and that you have every right. It is your birthright to do the things and have and desire and all of that. This life is to be enjoyed. All right. And the reason that you're not enjoying it is because of your thoughts, because of your feelings that you're putting in the universe. Okay. Once we correct those things, we are where we need to be. Okay. Once again, I want to thank you all so very much for your time. Get your book. If you don't have the book, get your book. Get your book. Get your book. Get your book. Okay. To receive your ebook, please. Inbox. Go to the back channel if you're on Clubhouse. Inbox me on Facebook. Send me in your comments, email, or whatever the case, or whatever you need to do in order to get this book, okay? Visit the website, you all. The website on Clubhouse is right above my head. You can go there. You can book sessions with me. You can get some of the purpose wear. Purpose wear is also going to be made available. Actually, it's being completed now with the Walmart representatives, but it's going to be made available on Walmart.com very, 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 very soon. It's so much product and so many different sizes and colors and all of that stuff. So they're working. They are doing their big one too over there, working at Walmart.com. I appreciate you. All of the other things that's made available, even with the books, you can get a signed autograph copy from me directly from my website. But it's also available on Amazon, Audible, and will be available on Walmart.com soon. Also, to send that information, you can send it your email address for your book and whatever the case. Any other questions, booking session questions, whatever the case, you can send it to info@biancamissblee.com. Again, for Clubhouse, all of this information is on the bio, in the bio. You can visit me and follow me on Instagram. A lot of our excerpts and a lot of our video edits and all of those things, all of that is actually, replayed over there on Instagram. You'll get more other things that I share, other people, content creators that I do share. All of that is on Instagram over there. Okay. Facebook is really where I do my work. Okay. Facebook is where I do a lot of more interacting and things like that, because Instagram, it only operates off of video, photo, and things like that. Facebook, I can put my thoughts there, put my posts there, and all of that stuff. Okay. So follow me on Facebook at Dr. Bianca Miss B. Lee. On Twitter, it's Bianca Miss B. Lee as well. I do utilize Twitter, just not a lot, because Twitter has way too much confusion going on, and I just don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be caught up in the hoopla of that. But I do have Twitter, okay? So there's some content that does go over there as well. And on YouTube, YouTube receives every single one of our videos. We are live, even right now, we're live on YouTube over there at Dr. Bianca Miss B. Lee. So anytime that we are live, know that we're live via video on YouTube and Facebook every single time. Feel free to go over there. I would love for you to go over there and hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so that you don't miss anything. Okay. Also, for you all who don't know, I know I speak about my spirituality and my ability to do a lot of things because I know who I am. Hello, somebody. I talk more about that, the spiritual side of me, the spiritual basis, on my Patreon. It's called Mama B's Kitchen. It's patreon.com/Mama B's Kitchen, where we go into the things, where we utilize nature, understand what it means to do the things that we're talking about as far as summoning and conjure, all of that stuff, all of the things that we're doing on a regular basis anyway. You just don't realize, you're not aware that you're doing it. See, I bring awareness, and not only do I bring awareness, I bring skill, okay, and know-how, understanding. That's what we lack nowadays, okay? Understanding. We think we know, but I promise you, you have no clue. No clue. You think you know based on what somebody told you. You think you know based on religious concepts and biases and all of those things, but you have no clue. You have no clue. All of these things are of you. The problem is you've been told to deny yourself for so many years that when you are introduced to the things of you, then you want to shun it because somebody told you it's wrong. Nothing about you is wrong. Nothing about this life is wrong. Nothing that you're familiarized with is wrong. Nothing that you utilize to tap into further of who you are is wrong. Nothing is wrong. It's wrong because someone said so. Someone said so. Another person, a flawed person said so. Okay. And we took and ran with it. It's crazy. Again, we've been told since we've been overtaken, since we've been an oppressed people years ago, we were told that we were not this and we were not that. And unfortunately, some of those lies stuck. I'm here to break the chain off you. Okay. So you can go over there. It's a page. It's a membership. You must be a member, guaranteed, because the information that I'm given, I go into depth teaching. Okay. In-depth teaching, things that you will never learn in somebody's congregation because they scared to talk about it. Oh, okay. All right. I'm leave that alone. They scared to talk about it. All right. Okay. They do it every week though. They do it. They do it every week. Yes, they do it every week. Every single week. Every single time the church door is open, they do it. But we won't talk about it, okay? Because we won't talk about it. All right. Only when they do it is it not demonic. Okay, I guess. Okay, all right, here we go. Go on over to the Patreon. Going on to the Patreon, y'all. Okay, going on over there and sign up for Mama B's Kitchen. Okay, so we can get up in the kitchen and flick some wrists. Okay. Also, if you know, then you know. I am the founder and organizer of a nonprofit organization as well as an awards platform. Okay, so we do a lot of big work inside of our community, and we get things done. Okay, there is a outreach that we have coming up in November. In fact, I need to put it on the website. It's coming up in November where we're going to be feeding the hungry. We're going to be handing out toiletry bags full of things: socks, towels, hand warmers, soap, toothpaste, toothbrush, mouthwash, first aid kits, all of that, combs, brushes, grooming kits. We're going to be handing out all of those things for the under privilege. Okay. We got to do some things for our people, you guys. We got to do it. And I know it's just, we're a small collective of whatever the case, but if we all did this wherever we are, we would garner change, in a major way. Okay, so we have this event that's upcoming. You can go to the website here that's on the screen and see everything else that we got going on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to implement that particular event, that particular outreach on our page. Okay, so that you all can be familiar with it and you can donate from there. There is an Amazon wish list. If you want that information, then you can follow me on our social media page, which is the BTS and Beyond the Scenes Community Effort Incorporated. That is on Facebook. That is also on Instagram and on Twitter. But definitely follow on Facebook for sure, because that's where you're going to get the information. In fact, I'll post it again if you follow me on my Facebook, I'll post it again on my Facebook as well, so that you all will have access to it. But we have a specific Amazon wish list where we are asking people to donate certain goods, certain things to go inside of those bags, soap bars and stuff like that, washcloths and all of those things, so that we can put inside of those bags that we're giving away. Okay, that way we take the strain out away from you, and we did the work for you. Just go to that wish list, go to the Amazon wish list, purchase, and what will happen is once you check out, it's going to ship directly to our headquarters. And we'll have it right there. So you don't have to worry about where we're sending it to. What's the address? You don't have to worry about all of those things. If you want more information about that, you can also email me as well. Okay. Now, I appreciate love offerings. I do. I really, really do, because I do this every single week. We were doing once a week with the other book that we were reading because we needed more time to digest those messages. But we're back to our 2 days a week. And this is Sunday and Tuesday. And I'm going to tell you something. I enjoy doing this. This is my time, my energy, the books, the offerings that I offer to you all. I enjoy doing this. It's necessary. Not only do I do this for you all, but I do this for myself as well. Because we are only, all of us, and I say this all the time, we're only holding each other's hand, walking each other back home to our most highest, the best version of ourselves. Okay? The best version of ourselves. And I love this. I love what I do. But I tell you what, again, as we talked about in this past chapter here, if we ask for things and we believe or know that we've received them, then we have to put ourselves in a position to receive. And that was one of my struggles for many, 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 many years. And that is the art of receiving. Know how to receive. I sow a lot of seeds. I give a lot. Okay. I give a lot. And that is not to brag about. It's just what it is. That's who I am. I'm a giver. Okay. Whether it's a seed of food, money, resources, time, support, love, whatever the case, I'm a giver. I'm a giver. And so what I had to understand is that with me being the type of giver that I am, I had to understand that I need to also learn how to be a receiver. And so with that being said, I put my information out there. I put my Cash App, my Zelle information out there so that if anyone wanted to sow a seed into me or into my platform or whatever the case, I do appreciate it. It takes money to do what I do. Absolutely. Because this platform is not free. It may be free on Facebook, but it's not free for me to simultaneously air on in 5 and 6 and 7, 8 platforms at a time. Hello, somebody. Okay. So it costs for me to do the things that I do. I'm purchasing these books, you know, again, my time, my energy, and all of those things, those are values. Those are valuables. And so I do render them unto you. Although gratuity and tips and seeds are not required, they are very much so appreciated. And I thank you in advance for all of those who will be and are sowing into this mission here. Okay. I do. All right. All right. You all listen, that concludes today's session. All right. It concludes today's session. And I want you all to know that I thoroughly enjoy these spaces with you all. I thoroughly enjoy this time with you all. I thoroughly enjoy these, I thoroughly enjoy these gatherings with you all. Okay. I do. You all make it worthwhile. You really, really do. If not for you all, I promise you I wouldn't be doing it. I would read these books on my own. Hello. On my own. Who is that? Patti LaBelle, On My Own. Yes, honey. I'm gonna have to play that song. Anyway, let me go ahead and close you all, and let's close and bring the benediction, Miss B. Okay, I love you all. I mean it. There's absolutely positively nothing you can do about it. Don't you even try it. We will see you back here on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Pacific, right here on Divine Femininity United. Peace.